5-minute Fridays. I am just about to start my 5-minute workout for today. All I'm using today is 2 sets of dumbbells, but you do not need dumbbells to follow right along with this workout. I'm also using a mat. You may or may not be more comfortable with something soft beneath you, but if you have an exercise mat or a yoga mat, go ahead and get that ready. A towel may suffice if you don't have a mat. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you really won't need anything at all. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. There are really just 2 exercises. We're going to be doing those same 2 exercises with and without weight. But if you don't have weights or you don't want to add weight, that's fine. You can just do the body weight version of these 2 exercises. So let me start by showing you the 2 exercises using no additional weight. And if you do not have dumbbells or you don't want to add weight to the workout, this is all you're going to do. So you're going to start in this kind of reverse bridge position. What is this called? Reverse tabletop or something like that. So I'm down here on my mat. I'm just sitting on my mat this way so that I have something comfortable to put my hands on. If you're working out on a hard floor or on concrete, fitness gloves would be a great idea. If not, a mat or a towel under your hands might make it more comfortable. But this is all I'm using my mat for today. So from this position, I'm going to press my hands into the mat. I'm going to press my heels into the ground, and I'm going to lift my hips up as high as I can, like I'm trying to touch the ceiling with my hips. All right, so really press into the floor or the ground and press your hips up, squeeze your glutes. Now from here, I'm going to bring my hips back down, but I'm not going to place them back down on the mat. I'm going to bring my hips behind my arms and straighten my legs, stretching my hamstrings. And that's it, that's the whole exercise. Now I'm going to swing my hips forward and up again, squeeze the glutes, and then straighten the legs and bring my little booty through my arms. All right, that's it. If it is too difficult to straighten your legs, if you have super tight hamstrings and that's causing you pain or discomfort, then you can just lift and lower the hips, that's fine. Okay, you can work towards getting your booty back. If you can get it back just a little bit, straighten your legs a little bit. You can try that, whatever's comfortable for you, just please work to your own level. Do not push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. But that's the first exercise. The second exercise is crab toe touches. So again, from this position, what you're going to do is lift one foot and straighten the leg, and then you're going to lift the other hand and reach up to tap your toes. So tapping the toes with the opposite hand. Then place your foot back down, place your hand back down, repeat on the other side. Super simple. So just lifting one leg at a time and reaching up with the opposite hand to tap the toes. And that's it. That's literally all we're doing today. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be doing the same thing, holding on to these little 5-pound dumbbells. So I'm going to start here. Same exercise, just holding on to the dumbbells, and then I'm going to do my crab toe touches, holding on to my dumbbells. So just adding a little bit of weight to the crab toe touches. Then I'm going to repeat those same 2 exercises, holding on to my heavier set of dumbbells. These are 10 pounds apiece. So same thing, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, straighten the legs, bring the booty back between the arms. And then crab toe touches, holding on to my heavier set of weights. So lifting one foot at a time, straightening the leg, and lifting the dumbbell with the opposite hand to tap the toes on the opposite foot with the dumbbell. All right, so that is what my workout is going to look like. Now, if you do have dumbbells, but you only have 1 set of dumbbells, that's fine. You can just use 1 set of dumbbells. It really doesn't matter if they're heavier or lighter, but you'll have to make the decision that's best for you, because once I explain the format, You're probably not going to want to use a heavy set of dumbbells for more than one round of these two exercises, because it's just really challenging with the heavier set, but that's up to you, okay? So you might want to do the first 2 rounds with no added weight, and then just 1 round with your heavy weights. Put them down, and then finish the last 2 rounds with no added weight. All right, so I'll explain the format in a minute, and that'll make more sense. For right now, before we get to the format, I just want to point out the fact that I'm using hex dumbbells, meaning that they are shaped like a hexagon, and that means that they're flat on the bottom. So that when I am putting my weight on them, I have sufficient stability so that they're not going to roll around and I'm not going to lose my balance and fall. So if your weights are not flat on the bottom, if you have weights that are rounded on the ends, then I would prefer that you either do not use them, just do the body weight version of the 2 exercises. You're just gonna go back to back between those 2 exercises without any added weight for 5 minutes. Or if you want to add weight and you have dumbbells, but they are rounded on the ends, I would prefer that you do the first exercise with your hands flat on the floor or the ground, and then the crab toe touches. I would prefer that you modify this exercise so that you always have at least one hand flat on the floor or the ground. So now both of my hands are flat on my mat. I'm going to pick up one weight, do my crab toe touch, let go, place that hand flat on the mat, and then pick up the other hand, put the weight down, let it go. I know that a lot of people will put their weight on rounded dumbbells. If you are confident that you are going to be able to do that without the weight rolling around on you, causing you to fall and get hurt, that's up to you, okay? You have to decide what level of risk you are comfortable taking, but for the record, if you are using rounded dumbbells, or if you don't have dumbbells and you're using household items for weight, like shampoo bottles or water bottles or something, I would prefer that you apply that modification. But that's it. That's all we're doing today. So now let me just explain the format really quickly. So we're on 30-second intervals. There's no designated rest interval. You're going to lose a few seconds off of each work interval to transition from one exercise to the next, but there's no designated work interval, so it's your goal to move as quickly as you can from one exercise to the next so that you lose as little time as possible off of each work interval. But all we're going to do, so I'll have my timer set for one interval of 30 seconds times 10 rounds. That's our 5 minutes. You could also set your timer for 2 intervals. Each interval is 30 seconds and you can set it for 5 rounds. It doesn't matter. The point is we're going back and forth between those 2 exercises, 30 seconds doing our reverse bridge and then 30 seconds doing crab toe touches for 5 minutes. So I'm going to start my first minute of the workout, my first 2 30-second intervals. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the body weight version of those 2 exercises. So I'm going to do this first exercise for 30 seconds. And then as soon as my timer beeps, that's the start of my next 30-second work interval. And I'm going to start doing my crab toe touches. And I'll do these for 30 seconds. Then with my next 2 30-second intervals, I'm going to do that same thing, holding onto my lighter set of weights. And then for my 3rd minute of the workout, I'm going to do the same thing, holding onto my heavier set of weights. Then I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to drop down to my lighter set of weights, do it twice more. And then with our final minute, our final 2 30-second intervals, I'm going to go back to the body weight version of those 2 exercises. 30 seconds on my reverse bridge and 30 seconds on my crab toe touches. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video. And of course, I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions. But then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how it all fits together, how you can modify the format and make adjustments to accommodate your strength, your fitness level, your access to equipment. I'm right here to answer questions, so please just ask. Also, before I forget, for reference, and for reference only, my lighter set of dumbbells are 5 pounds a piece. my heavier set of dumbbells are 10 pounds a piece. So these weights work well for me. You may need to use something lighter or heavier. That depends on your strength. It depends on your level of fitness. It also depends on what you have available to you and just how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So please consider all of those factors when choosing your weights and make the decision that is best for you. And again, if you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles or shampoo bottles filled with some sort of weight. Just remember to apply those modifications to keep it safe. If you only have one set of dumbbells, here's what I'll say. The one set of dumbbells that you have feels especially light to you when you pick them up, then I will say that you can do this exact same workout, but when I switch over to my heavier dumbbells for that middle minute, that third minute of the workout, you'll just stick with your lighter set of dumbbells, okay? So you're going to do the first round, body weight only, and then you'll do your next 3 rounds, holding on to your light set of weights, and then your final round, body weight only. You could also alternate. You could do a body weight round, and then a weighted round, and then a body weight round, weighted round, body weight round. That works, all right? So just do whatever's going to work for you. But if the only set of dumbbells you have feels particularly heavy to you, then I'm going to recommend that you just use your heavy set of dumbbells for that third minute of the workout, that middle section of the workout, because otherwise I just think doing those crab toe touches with heavy weights can be a little taxing. Again, it's your workout, it's up to you how you want to do it, but my recommendation would be to go through the circuit. Can you call it a circuit if it's only 2 exercises? We'll call it a superset maybe. So to go through that superset twice using only your own body weight, and that would be the first 2 minutes of the workout. Then with the third minute of the workout, you can add weight if you want to, if all you have is this heavier set of weights. And then for the final 2 minutes, you can do your body weight version of the superset twice more. All right, so there's lots of different ways to kind of make this workout, to kind of modify it to accommodate whatever equipment you have or don't have. So again, if you need any help with that, if anything that I said is confusing, I'm right here to answer questions. So ask questions if you have them, okay? If you have any doubts about the exercises that we're doing today, if you are unclear about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions, if you need to see beginner modifications, I am right here to help. So please just ask. Also, again, please remember, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to go at your own pace and make sure that you're minding your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed, okay? It's really important to make sure that you're doing the exercises correctly so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me, and I'm always here to help facilitate that. So again, ask questions if you have them. Please mind your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. Go at your own pace and work to your own level. Modify the exercises as needed. Rest as needed. Be smart. Be safe. Listen to your body, and always make the decision that is best for you. And just do your best. Remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. If you're ready to go ahead and start the workout, grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you feel that you're going to need one to place your hands on. But you may or may not need something soft beneath you, especially if you have fitness gloves. If you have fitness gloves, those will definitely suffice. Grab 1 or 2 sets of dumbbells if you have them and if you would like to add weight to the workout today. If you don't have dumbbells but you do want to add weight, remember you can look for household items that will work, like shampoo bottles or water bottles filled with water, uncooked rice, dried beans, kitty litter, powdered laundry detergent, whatever you've got around the house. But as long as you can find something that you're able to maintain a secure grip on, you're not going to drop it and injure yourself or break something and make a mess, then any number of household items will work if you want to add weight. And then go ahead and pause the video, get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm up, and then we'll get right into the workout. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm up. So you're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder, and then you're going to place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. You're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. Your arm is completely relaxed, and you're just allowing gravity to do all the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck. Now we're going to switch sides, so let go with your hand, allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder, place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed. Make sure your shoulders aren't inching up towards your ears, shoulders back and down, and you're just allowing the weight of your arm to gently stretch the other side of your neck. Now we're going to do some head rolls, so allow your chin to fall towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head back and forth, just start to feel your head getting heavier and heavier, allowing your range of motion to increase. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. You're just allowing your entire torso to kind of fall down in front of you. Now we're going to roll the shoulders back. So make big, big circles with your shoulders. Really kind of exaggerate the movement, exploring your full range of motion here. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we'll start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms out to the side and start by making small circles to the back or to the front, it doesn't matter. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you're exploring your full range of motion, making those circles as big as you possibly can. Now, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, bend the knees and sweep the arms in front of you. As you straighten your legs, you're reaching, stretching up as high as you can. And each time you bend your knees, you're expanding your range of motion a little more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now leave your feet planted right where they are. We're going to lunge side to side, nice and easy, adding the arms. So with each lunge, you're reaching your arm across your body. You should feel like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're going to march in place. Super simple. So just step the feet in and march, keeping your knees low to start. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. And now we're jogging in place. Again, knees are low to start. But slowly, you can start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until you're really driving your knees up as high as you possibly can. Now booty kicks. So with each step, I am bringing my foot behind me. Really try to kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. Now for this next one, you may need to hold on to the wall or a chair for support. If not, you can have your hands on your hips, pick up one foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Just nice and loose. Warming up those hip flexors. We're gonna switch sides, so put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then as the interval progresses, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Now transfer your weight again, pick up your foot, extend the leg out in front of you, and then bring the leg around and behind, making a little semicircle, lifting that leg higher and higher each time. And then with the last two, I'm driving my knee up towards my chest, using my hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Switching legs, so extend the opposite leg out in front, bring it around and behind, making a semicircle, lifting that leg higher and higher each time. And now for the last two, a hip circle. So drive the knee up, use your hand to guide it around, finishing up with a hamstring stretch. So I'm using this post to make my stretch a little bit more accessible, a little bit more comfortable, to make it easier to get into this stretch while maintaining a flat back. That's our 5 minutes, but I encourage you to spend a few more seconds in this hamstring stretch with me, because with that first exercise we're doing today, it's going to be really important that your hamstrings are warmed up and nice and loose. Now, if you allow your back to round in this stretch, it's not terrible, you're not going to hurt yourself, but we're just here for a few more seconds. So if you can keep your back flat, or as flat as possible, it's really going to help you isolate your hamstrings more effectively, and it's going to make the stretch that much more effective. So that's why I encourage you to use an elevated surface like a chair or the arm of your couch or even just the wall to get into this stretch, because it can make it a lot more accessible. It can make it a lot easier to maintain that flat back while you're getting into the stretch. But that's it, that's our 5+ minute warm up. So let's go ahead and get right into the workout. We are on 30-second intervals for 5 minutes. There's no designated rest interval, so just do your best. Remember, weights are optional. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. Coming up into this reverse tabletop position. Now straighten the legs and push your booty back through your arms, stretching out those hamstrings. Make sure that you're really squeezing your glutes right here at the top. So we're here for 30 seconds, and then we're going to do crab toe touches. So stay up here. Now lift one foot, lift the opposite hand, and tap the toes, alternating sides with each rep. So lift the leg, tap the toes with the opposite hand. This is it. These are the only 2 exercises that we're doing. So if you're not adding weight, you're just gonna stay right here. You're gonna go back and forth between those 2 exercises for the entire 5 minutes. If you are adding weight, I am just using a light set of dumbbells for this next minute. But it's the same 2 exercises. So now crab toe touches with my light set of weights. Okay, now, if you want to try it with heavier weights, same 2 exercises. So press your heels into the ground, lift your hips as high as you can, squeeze the glutes. And then push that booty back, straighten the legs. Now crab toe touches. Switching back to my lighter set of weights. We're gonna go backwards now. So lift the hips, straighten the legs. Stay up. touches. Just 2 intervals left. So letting go of the weights, hands flat on the mat. And we're finishing up the same way we started. Same 2 exercises, just without any added weight. So press into the ground, lift the hips high, squeeze the glutes. Now stay up. Final work interval. Let's push. Finishing up with our crab toe touches. Straightening one leg. Lifting the opposite hand to tap the toes. We're almost there. Keep pushing. Couple more reps. And that's it. That's our 5 minutes. We did it. Nicely done. That was a tough 5 minutes. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's just do a quick cool down together. You just want to keep moving for a few minutes while you allow your breathing to normalize and while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit. So just kind of pace around a little bit, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Work on slowing down your breathing. So long, slow, deep, controlled breaths. If you find that you're out of breath and your breathing is shallow and kind of up here, I want you to visualize your diaphragm being pulled down as you breathe in, making space throughout your entire torso. Imagine filling up your whole belly with air. And then just keep moving. So again, you can pace back and forth, shake out the legs. A lot of times I just kind of shift my weight from foot to foot. So whatever works for you, but let's go ahead and do a quick shoulder stretch. We worked our shoulders really hard today. I know that was a short workout, but our shoulders and our wrists really didn't get a break. It was a really tough workout, kind of staying in that same position for the entire 5 minutes with no designated rest interval. So just pulling your arm in tight towards your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is completely relaxed so you can get the benefit out of this stretch. Other arm, bringing your arm across your body, using your opposite arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure that your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure the shoulder is relaxed. If you find that your shoulder is all tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it. So make sure you relax and make sure you're continuing to move. And make sure you're continuing to focus on slowing down your breathing. Shake it out. Let's do a quick tricep stretch, bending one elbow. Place your hand on the elbow and just gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. So make sure that your free hand is completely relaxed and make sure that your fingers are pointing straight down at the ground. You do not want this hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. So really make sure you're pointing those fingers straight down and then just gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feeling that nice stretch in your triceps. Switching sides. Shake it out, bend the opposite arm. Place your hand on the elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feeling that stretch in your triceps. Your free hand is relaxed. Fingers are pointing straight down at the ground and you're continuing to focus on your breath. Visualizing your diaphragm being pulled down. Breathing all the way down into your belly button. Allow your entire rib cage to expand as you bring in as much air as possible. And then control the air as you exhale. Shake it out. And we'll finish with a quick quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch for support. That's fine. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, and then reach back. Grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands and press your heel into your booty cheek. Really, really press it in there. As you're doing that, you are tilting your pelvis forward. So think about tucking your booty underneath you and trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As you're doing that, you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you're going to feel that stretch instantly intensify in your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively, but you're also going to feel the stretch continue all the way up to your hip flexor. That's what we want. Shake it out. Let's do the quad stretch. On the other side, so bending the opposite knee, bringing the foot behind you, reach back, grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, and really press your heel into your booty cheek. Focusing on your breathing, and at the same time, you're going to tilt your pelvis forward, tucking your booty underneath you, sucking that belly button back towards your spine. Don't stop pressing that heel into your booty cheek. Really feel that stretch intensifying your quads, and feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. A couple more deep breaths here. And come out. And one more time. Shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit. Shake out the legs, and that's it. That's our little cool down. If you find that you're still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, take a couple more minutes, just pace around. You can do a little more light stretching, that's great. Just keep in mind that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you're taking the time to stretch every day. It's going to help alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and it's going to improve your flexibility, which is important in and of itself. So just make sure that you're taking the time to stretch every day, but please do so safely. If you have time to stretch right now, this is going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But if you do not have time to stretch now, that's fine. Just remember that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you're going to need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before you jump into your stretching routine. Your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. But as long as you're getting your stretching done at some point during the day, it really doesn't matter when you get it done, just as long as you're doing it and as long as you're doing it safely. But that's it. That's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this little 5-minute workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear with the format of today's workout, if you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises correctly, or if you need any help with beginner modifications, I'm always here to help. So please just ask. If you enjoy these little 5-minute workouts and you would like to see more of them, please remember that I have an entire playlist of 5-minute workouts on my channel. I will link it right there. And we will be continuing to do these 5-minute Fridays every week for the foreseeable future. So that means that I will be continuing to bring you at least one new 5-minute workout a week, every week for the foreseeable future. That is going to do it for today. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you all right back here on Monday. Bye.